Hey guys, and welcome back to another Pokemon Leaks and Theories. Today we got a lot to go through. We've actually got some Pokemon Champions news, and we've also got some new news about Pokemon Generation 10. I say news, rumors, let's be honest with each other. I've been doing YouTube for a while now, and I'm very happy with where I am. But I do want more, and I want 5,000 subscribers, more specifically by the end of the year. Any help to get that will be greatly appreciated. Mainly, you can subscribe. This would really help bump that number up, but the best thing you could do as well is also like the video. This will push the video out to more people, getting more people subscribing, and that would be fantastic. Any help would be greatly appreciated. Enjoy the video. Okay, we're starting off quite simple. We've got a picture that kind of shows the difference between the Nintendo Switch 1 and Nintendo Switch 2 on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, because obviously we're going to be getting an upgraded version for these games, and I think a lot of people need to remember these games, the design of them aren't great in general. The line does look a bit flat. They didn't put much into the design, so the graphics may look better, which you can tell instantly some of the graphical changes that has gone through. But I think you are going to need to remember that some of these are going to, it's not going to make the world look brilliant because it doesn't look brilliant in general. But we've got two pictures to go through. So we've got this first one, and to be fair, the light beams look a little bit more crisp. These buildings are probably the ones to say that like you could see the most out of. Obviously up here they're a little bit pixely. They're quite smooth here, which is really nice to see. Obviously they're not like identical images, but they're of the same place. The Pokemon Center itself looks a little less pixelated. It does look graphically a lot better, and this is a different image, but similar sort of thing. So the water here, it's very pixelated. I mean, look at that Slowpoke right there. But luckily we have got a Slowpoke here. It's a lot more smooth. It's a lot more kind of rounded, and the water itself, there's a lovely reflection in the water. You can see Corradon down there, you can see the tail, Gyarados reflection. There's no reflection in the Nintendo Switch 1, so it does look, let's be honest with each other, quite a bit better, to be honest with yourself. And I'm really happy with how it looks. I think some people are going to be disappointed because it hasn't revived the game. The game is not completely different, but it's the same game. I think it's done a decent job. As long as it runs at a consistent frame rate and I can finally finish that second DLC, I will be happy. And right now, it looks like it's going in that direction, so I'm not going to complain as of yet. But I will be doing a comparison video myself personally on what they'll look like, and I'll be giving my thoughts more in depth then. With these leaks and theories, I'd like to introduce a trivia question, and this time's trivia question will be, which Pokemon is the only Pokemon with the ability Power Construct? Let me know in the comments down below, and if you get it, I will heart and pin your comment. Okay, we've actually gone over to 4chan for this next one, because 4chan is always fun to jump on, but obviously anything that is on 4chan, you need to remember to take with a massive grain of salt. And this is a really big post, as you can see here. I'm in my little bubble. But this image has been released with some rumors about Pokemon Legends Z-A. So this is the image that has been released, and it's apparently of a chat box with Professor Sycamore. Obviously, we knew Professor Sycamore would be in the game. It's an X and Y Kalos game, so we knew Sycamore would be back. And this is fantastic. Now, we're all here. I think it's time for you to meet your new partner Pokemon. So this is quite big because this is apparently how we're going to be getting the partner Pokemon. It's coming through Sycamore, which we didn't actually notice yet. A lot of the rumors going around, we've got a new professor, so the fact that Sycamore is going to be the person to give us the Pokemon, that's quite interesting. But we're going to be carrying on with what it says on here. So it does state, it's a 2-minute 55-second trailer, shows off the inside of Crasico Inc. and more of Hotel Z. I think I've said that wrong, but it's like the incorporated company that they've got in this one. Shows off Sycamore returning, Lux Older in his lab, talking to Tawny, and AZ and his Floette. More wild areas are shown battling wild Pokemon like Swablu, and has a sparkle effect and a red eye icon next to it. Wild Mega Altaria shows up, and you have to defeat it. Music changes. Wild Mega Absol shows up too. First new Mega Evolution is shown off with Mega Excadrill surrounded by Drillbub. Maybe I am dyslexic. Shows some Skrelp swimming in the sewers too, a bunch of areas with intimidating Pokemon surrounded by their pre-evolutions as well. So a lot more involved with the game, a lot more actual footage by the sound of things we'll be getting. Obviously, like I said, this has come from 4chan, so the likelihood of this being real is very, very slim. I honestly, I don't think I've ever seen anything successful come from 4chan, maybe once or twice. But a quick look at the player playing with Fletchling and Totodile in a salon, petting the Pokemon and giving it muffins, and there was different coloured ones like pink and green. A mini game where Pokemon look like sprites were shown skating on some rails. Okay, there is also a puzzle game. There's also a game where you can shake trees and catch berries by avoiding Pokemon falling out of them. Sycamore shows off the Kalos starters, and the Mega Kalos starters are shown. Chestnut looks darker green. Mega Greninja and Delphox were both on floor. They were gliding or hanging from anything. Mega Greninja tongue looks red and it's shiny. So, got into a lot of detail there. Obviously, they've only really shown off this one Sycamore post, which I think out of everything they've kind of said, that's probably the easiest one to fake. A little chat box for Sycamore, because if you look, there's also obviously got the, if you do lucky, it's got the fact obviously it's a video. So all realistically you had to do is make that, put it into a video for 2.5 minutes and take a picture when it's paused to kind of make it look realistic. So he's claiming to have a clip on the trailer, and this is obviously a small section of what they got. This is a 4chan post, so I need to say it. This is more than likely not going to be true. I know sometimes 4chan times to pull something out and it's true. Don't expect it from this, but it is really cool to go through as well and see what people are trying to make up when it comes to Pokemon. Finishing off, we've got the Hidden Power podcast, someone I've never actually covered on this channel before, and they said a new Pokemon Champions rumor has surfaced detailing the performance and progression. Obviously, we've had a lot of information about Pokemon Legends Z-A, and we've had Pokemon Generation 10 leaks, but Pokemon Champions is something that's really been swept under the rug, and it's quite interesting, and it's a game I'm definitely looking forward to, and I expected it to come out before Pokemon Legends Z-A, but apparently not. So it says it's going to be Switch 1/2, so it's going to be revived for the Switch 1, and it's going to be mobile as well. 350 Pokemon will be in there at launch, and a Battle Frontier-like and Nuzlocke-like mode, which quite interesting. That'll be quite really cool. In-game currency for customization can be earned or bought through microtransactions, and the game launches January 23rd, 2026. Going into more depth now, obviously like 350 Pokemon at launch. This will be a free digital download on the Switch 1 and 2 and mobile, so hence why I imagine they're doing microtransactions. If it's going to be a free digital download, it doesn't surprise me there. I'd be very surprised if it is free. Pokemon Home is compatible from launch, and like I said, release date is 23rd of July 2026. Ranked mode will have seasons that last 2 to 3 with regulation rules. Both ranked and casual modes are available, plus a new Battle Frontier. Yeah, we kind of knew this with the ranked and casual modes. This was something I'm pretty sure was confirmed a long time ago. Plus new Battle Frontier-like modes with various challenges/tiers. Some trainers will be harder as you go. Your opponent's Pokemon will level up as you progress. That makes sense. That's not going to be groundbreaking. Rental teams are available only in casual, not in ranked mode, so you can rent other people's team, okay? There will be special modes like level 50, level 100, and gimmick challenges, for example, Dynamax only challenge, or specific challenges. To be fair, if this is true, that's sick, because obviously if they're making this game, it's gonna have to be fresh. And this is one great way of making the game fresh and keeping it entertaining, because the other way Pokemon try to do it with these bloody other challenges and the battles that they do in like Scarlet and Violet, for example, get boring very quickly. The terrestrialization battles. One challenge will be like a Nuzlocke sort of. If a Pokemon faints, it can't be used again until you beat a certain tier. You can't heal your Pokemon until you have won 10 consecutive battles. Every 10th battle will be a gym leader/familiar NPC. If your whole team faints before you can heal, you'll have to start over. Very harsh. Very, very harsh, I think. But, hey, that's Pokemon for you. The NPCs and gym leaders will change each time. Challenges with special rewards available in store will take place. Rewards include items for your clothes, trainers, stadiums. So you could customize the stadium. That's quite cool. But I wonder what stadium, like they're just going to do themed stadiums. Surely they can't, like, there's nothing going to be recognizable. Surely. Held items and Pokemon clothes. To be fair, one stadium I would absolutely love to have is a Burnt Tower in Johto. That would be such a cool stadium. If that's true. Like they're customizable stadiums. Pokemon, please make the Burnt Tower. That'd be so cool. You'll earn in-game currency by playing ranked, casual, or Battle Frontier matches. Battle Frontier will be so cool. You'll also earn victory points for every win. Currency and victory points are different. Victory points can be spent on healing items and general held items, whilst currency spent on skins, stadiums, clothes, etc. You can also buy currency with real money if it's free. Microtransactions are understandable. There won't be a competitive battle mode in Gen 10. This will be its replacement. This is why they make the game. This is so they can make the main game line games harder, more expensive, and improve overall games and graphics. I am so down for this. This is why we needed Pokemon Champions, and we don't know what Pokemon Champions is going to be used for. But if this is the reason why they've made it, because they want to make the other games harder, more expensive, that's just life. But make it expansive, not expensive, more expansive. Improve overall graphics and make the games harder, and just make it a good game. I'm really down for it, and I think this is really cool. this should be sick. But obviously, Soul Silver Arts has had their own little opinion on this, and they said, with Pokemon Legends Z-A and Gen X leaks available months and years in advance, it's nice that Pokemon Champs is one of the only games we know nothing about. So don't know if rumors like this are real or not, but Lost Battle Frontier, they still like it. Battle Frontier is quite, I think it'd be very cool, and I think it's definitely a cool idea. And it's probably something I can imagine them doing, but I just don't see us having any information in this game anytime soon, because they've kind of said that it's in development, but we haven't heard anything back, and that's sort of a bit concerning. But what did you guys think? Let me know in the comments below, and have a nice day. Take care.